on ZDK Liberty Radio.
Follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I learn and live. What do you say? Let's have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to live some blessed snowman. With my two hands in the air as far as I can.
So Chronix likes to tell us that he lift up his eyes to the hills and so, accept that he is blessed. And something that we want to do this morning is acknowledge that we are truly blessed to be living, in Antigua, to be living in the Caribbean. We can have this fresh air. I always enjoy the fresh air coming down on the radio in the mornings. It's just an amazing time to be alive. It's a very interesting time to be alive with all these current events taking place in the world right now. But guess what? We are not going to allow these things to overwhelm us. We're just going to still keep a happy face. We're going to still keep our peace. And we're going to start our day right on a Saturday morning. We're just going to give thanks. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for the opportunity to be able to see, to feel. There's so many things that we take for granted. Give thanks for having clean water to drink. Maybe being able to walk on our own 2 feet, stand on our own 2 feet. All of that, we need to just continue to just give thanks for that. Yes. We're giving thanks this morning on Youth Envision. We can lift our two hands in the air and say that we are blessed. We want to acknowledge that we are blessed. It's time for us to start speaking that into the atmosphere. There is power in our words. I am excited about this morning. I have a few things that I want to share with you. One of it is going back to school and just seeing the whole atmosphere in the school environment firsthand. I have had students share their experiences. I have also had a teacher share her experience. But this morning, I will be sharing my personal experience with you, being back to school with the students. And also, we will be having a little conversation about RESPECT, respect. Yes. So stay connected with me this morning. This is Youth Envision. And I am your host, Auntie Dia, just looking forward to spending the next few minutes with you, talking, listening to music, and just enjoying a Saturday morning right here in Antigua.
I lift up my eyes to live some blessed snowman. With my two hands in the air as far as I can.
Joy.
Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing.
Every morning you rise and you stare at the sun, and you know that it is a blessing that you still have your eyesight. There's some people who do not, and that's something that we can be simply grateful for. I am actually very grateful for the students that I have come into contact with as an educator over the years. I went back to work this week and the students were screaming. I'm not trying to brag here, but it was just amazing to have that warm feeling to know, hi, my teacher is back. And they made me feel very welcome. They made me these little cards, and they shared their love. They expressed how much they missed me. And that's one of the things that I love about our children. Maybe if we just treat them a particular way, we will get that kind of vibe, returning from them. And that's one of the things I love. Also, I had the opportunity to do some teaching at the Otters Secondary School. And I had some of the students, because they are older, sending me a WhatsApp message. They just wanted to check up on me. My little friend there, Destiny, sent me a little message. Teacher, I just want to know that you're okay. And that is something that I truly appreciate this morning and something I'm very, very grateful for. So I just want to share that with you, being a little sentimental this morning, that our students, our young people, they can share love unto us. They can be respectful to us. We just have to reach out to them and let them know that we do care about them, even though we are trying to instill, maybe some strict rules, but we still want to meet them halfway and allow them to just share with us and talk with us. So I'm actually, this morning, I want to say especially that I'm grateful for all the students that I have come into contact with at the St. John's Catholic Primary and at the Otters Secondary School. I just want to say a very, very special good morning, a very, very special good morning to those of you who continue to lock in on the Facebook Live ZDK Liberty Radio page with me on a Saturday morning. I truly appreciate you. Good morning, Miss Jeanette. Good morning, Still Durand. Good morning, Phyllis Mary. And good morning, Miss Bernadette. God, yeah, bless. Good morning to you. God bless you. God bless you too. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on Youth and Vision. And I really don't mind if the adults are locking in. This is a show for the young people. Yes, you are as young as you feel. And yes, like I said, we also, as the adults, we need to connect with what the young people are doing so we can offer them the support that they need. Okay. One of the things I was saying last night, we need to even watch the TV shows that our young people are watching so that we can know that it is okay for them to watch, our children as well. Sometimes you might see a cartoon that is on and say, oh, it's just a cartoon. But if you look at the contents of it, it might be something that is actually very rude and disrespectful. So it's important that as adults we get involved in what our young people are doing, and we might be able to share a joke with them, laugh with them, relate to them. They want to know that we can meet them at where they are, because guess what, we were once young as well, or I should I say younger. And we know what it is to be young, we know what it is, so we should be able to connect with our young people and stop making it such a barrier or a foreign place to be. So this is our show this morning. I'm back with you on a Saturday morning right here on ZDK Liberty Radio. You can connect with me on ZDK Liberty Radio 97.1 Facebook Live. You can also connect with me via live stream on YouTube, Dear Learning Academy. And or you can call me at 462-1100 if you want to share or comment or just have a little conversation with me this morning. I will be grateful. We just want to make this an interactive show where we just share, but I'm not going to be the one doing all the talking. So you talk to me and I talk back to you, and let's have a good time this morning.
Every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to this. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air, as far as I can. As far as I can. I can, yeah. My two hands in the air, as far as I can. I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. Yeah. Lift up my eyes to this, I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air, as far as I can.
Yes, so it is amazing time this morning, on another Saturday morning. I was also surprised to know that two of my teenage students were up even before 7 o'clock. I mean, we have to give the young people some form of credit. I used to think that they were sleeping. One of my students said to me, "Teacher, I sleep till 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning." So I was amazed to know that my teenage students were up at that time. I just want to say a special good morning to Miss Diana Encarnacion. Good morning, darling. Thank you for waking up with me this morning. I also want to say good morning to my boy, the Adrian, also from the OCS. I just want to say good morning to you guys. Thank you so much for responding to me so early on a Saturday morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. So I'm going to start talking to you a little bit about a flashback of my week experience with the students at the St. John's Catholic Primary School. It was an interesting experience. And one of the songs I want to listen to as I speak on this one is called Mercies by Mark Isaac. Because to be honest with you, when I look at the students and especially the tiny ones, I know that God is looking over our children and He is extending mercies onto our children. So, those of you who are praying for us, praying for the teachers, praying for the students, please continue to do so because God is definitely looking out for our little ones.
Wake up to one day early this morning. Oh, thank you, Father, for your mercies and sending. Oh, put on a smile and it goes on my back and lock the door. And in my mind, it's not confronting me, but I can see them coming. Yes, I see them coming to keep me from flying. But you can try to walk, you see me. Trying everything I will overcome. It's like a one to tell if I run. No obstacle like to bring them down. Left my keep trying to upside down. Stand up, stand distractions come. But I will keep my hands on your son. Still my little meditation. You get to let him know. Tell him no. Mercy's a God. Feel like God. Mercy's a God. Over me.
So, as we know, we are in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, even we recently found out that even the president of the United States has been infected with this virus. And this thing has been taking over our planet, our world, for quite some months now. A lot of us didn't see it coming. A lot of us didn't think that it would be around so long and probably going to be around for a little longer. But hey, we have been moving through it. We have been braving through it as much as we can. And something that is extremely admirable is the way that our students are doing that. And I just want to share a little bit of a flashback of my week with you. From what I noticed with our children, especially those in the primary level, I mean, we really have to continue to cover our children and pray for our children because some of them are really very innocent in this thing and they have no idea the extent and the seriousness of it. And even though we want to teach them or we want to tell them that this is a serious time to be alive, we also don't want to take away from their joy and their youthfulness as children. So we still want to a little bit shelter them and let them continue to just be children. I will let you know that as teachers, we have to, maybe bring up our patience level a little higher. Lord, give us more patience because we're going to have to talk to our children a little bit more, especially again, the younger ones, to say, you cannot touch your friend, you cannot touch the teacher, no hugging of the teacher, no hugging of your friends, you cannot share your things. I mean, how do you explain to children that they cannot share their things, And one of the things that they try to do is have the sanitizing going on, the hand washing system going on, forming lines to do that. The break has to be a little longer because we need to give them time to wash their hands. And washing hands before break is actually a very good thing. And that's something that our children should have already been doing. So there is some good in that, but just looking at the environment of our children at school from the morning, and they're trying to follow the instructions, the new instructions of making sure that they sanitize, they keep the masks on. Let me tell you, keeping the masks on is actually a huge challenge, not really just for our children, but also for the teacher as well. Just being able to have that thing on all day and being able to breathe through it. It is important to have a break from that, And again, what I like about our schools, most of our schools, is that we do have a lot of yard space and trees and that kind of thing. So we can make that work for us in this season by allowing our children and ourselves as well to go outside. And even though we do the social distancing, but to get some fresh air and to do that mask break. I know it's not going to be easy doing that because it wasn't easy doing it with the children this week. Quite a lot of talking, a little bit more talking than usual. But they're trying, and that is what is most important. One of the things that warmed my heart so much is I looked at a little kindergartner, and she's just like, "Hi, teacher, hi, teacher, hi, teacher." The children are still very happy, they're still very youthful. And that, again, is something that we want to preserve in them to just help them, to just guide them to still be, even in the midst of a crisis, in the midst of a pandemic, that they're able to do that. One of the things I challenged my students to do this week was to create a game or two or three. And one of the things I see them come up with, they seem to love the internet a lot, and they have this thing called TikTok dancing. Everything is TikTok. Help them, help them. So they love this whole TikTok dancing, and there's a leader who stood in the front of the class, and then the others they did this social distancing, and the leader is doing the dance, and the others are following. So I guess you can call that follow the leader, and we do our dance. Let's play that song a little more. So we just follow the leader this morning and we do some dance moves. I'm not the best dancer, but I'm gonna do some moves. And they had all these moves. Maybe I should have let them teach me, a move or two. Then I could have shared it with you this morning. Especially those of you who can actually see me on Facebook. That would have probably be something very interesting. But it was fun. I actually laughed and I said to them, "Hey, don't hurt yourself while you're dancing, because some of these dance moves, I don't know where they got them from." But let's listen to that song one more time. The mercy is kind of done on our children and on us. Let's continue to extend that and speak that this morning. Us, let's continue. I feeling. That's how winning. It's the blessing. Oh, Father. Blessings of God, favor of God, blessings of God, over Mary. Blessings of God, favor of God, blessings of God, over Mary. Blessings of God, blessings of God, blessings of God, over Mary. Yes, so one of the things we want to ask the parents to help us with, you need to remind the students the importance of keeping the masks on, the importance of washing the hands, and just, trying to take all the necessary precautions. These things are maybe not what we are routinely doing all the time from before, but we've been doing it for months now, and that's something that we really need to do to protect our children and to make sure that we reduce the cases, especially on our island or in the Caribbean, and especially amongst our children. We know that it is said that the young people handle the virus a little bit different compared to the adults, but we want to make sure that our children are safe. And we want to make sure that our children know that we are there to protect them and we are there to look out for them. But like I said, I was just sharing a little bit of my experience with the young people, with the primary schoolers, and the primary schoolers are students from the age, about 6 going up to about 12, 11, 12, that particular age group. And it was just amazing to see them. They are trying very hard, but there's still the chances at the times where they are going to forget. And then we have to have some, mercy, like the song is saying, or some grace on them. And we have to remind them, just remind them, okay, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And here's why. you know, and the innocence that these children have is just so amazing to see. And that is how we know that God really do looks over his children and take good care of them. And we want to be very grateful for that this morning. So my students are creating games. They're still working on it. I had Miss Nelson there, Tikaya Nelson. I remember her very well. She's working on one. I think they have one called How to Catch Corona, not in the literal sense, but in a different way. I will be sharing that with you another time. There are also different things. So you can play I Spy. So you don't have to leave your seat or touch your friend, but you can look around and, give children a clue and they try to figure out, okay, I spy something with my eyes. You give a description. And that is also very good to get our students to speak clearly and to promote, the English language in our students. There was another one that they tried where a character, they choose a character from one of their favorite shows, and the one student tries to mimic that character, and the other students try to guess who that character is. All of these things are some of the things we can do just to help the students to, put their brain at ease after they would have been studying after a subject, and because they cannot go outside to run and play like they usually do. These are just some of the activities that I would like to share with you that they can actually do to help them to have a little bit of fun and a little joke and to laugh. Because again, even in the midst of crisis, our children still need to share a laugh. They still need to be able to relate with their friends, to socialize with their friends on some kind of level. So that's some of the thing that is so interesting to share this morning. And it was an amazing experience sharing that with them during this week. One more final thing I want to share with you about our school, again, experience is that I just want to say thumbs up to the cafeterias who actually, try to sell some local food on the menu. I did see, the menu this week. And one of the things I saw was pepper pot and, salt fish and chop up and, some nice veggie soup, And this is some of the things, again, we have to remember. We do want to feed our students healthy foods. And we had a discussion when I had Mr. Francis with me a few Saturdays ago when we shared what we think that local food should be on the menu in the cafeteria. So all the schools and the cafeterias who are selling local foods to our children. I just want to thank you for doing that, for promoting our culture, our local cuisine, instilling it in them, letting them know, hey, we can still have some of that and it's actually very healthy for you. However, on a Friday, it's okay to spoil them on a Friday because they're gravitated to the chicken and fries on a Friday. So that's okay. But in the week, we can give them something, some more variety, and it should include some of our Antiguan foods. So I was actually very happy to see that on the menu this week at our school. And I know that there are some other schools who might be doing seasoned rice. Seasoned rice. They like that. Put some ketchup on that and we're good to go. Okay, so we want to make sure we look out for our children, sharing again the experience with our young people in the middle of a pandemic, the school experience, how our children are trying to transfer, or do the same thing but in a different way, trying to stay safe, trying to make sure that they still continue to be in school and get an education even in the middle of a pandemic. So thank you so much for listening to my little flashback of my week. And I hope that there were one or two things that you were able to grasp, at least the teachers who might be listening, or even the parents, some of the games that you can play with the children, reminding them the importance of keeping their masks on. Also, maybe even drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, making sure they eat healthy, because one of the ways we can brave through this is to make sure that we eat healthy. And we know our children love candy. Parents, please don't give them candy first thing in the morning. They're gonna come to school and have way too much energy for the teachers. So we want to work on that. Feed our children healthy and take good care of them in the middle of this pandemic. We're gonna make sure that we make it through this one, and we'll be talking about it in a few months and say this was history and we survived it.
That's how we it's the best and the best and the best and the best. Oh, Amen. Mercy is a garden, favor a garden, blessing is a garden, over me.
I need you to say it this morning. Mercy is carried on. Favor, it carried on over us right here in the Caribbean, right here in Antigua. We do say we can't say that we are receiving some great mercies. I see some people talking to me here on Facebook Live. Special good morning to a very sweet little girl, baby Triumph. Good morning to you, honey. I also want to say good morning to Miss Williams, touching base with me as a top fan on the Facebook Live. Also, Miss Nikki Debris, good morning to you. Hey, make sure you have some popcorn for me. This girl is very good with her popcorn. Yes, good morning to you guys. Good morning. This is Youth and Vision. I am your host, Auntie Dia, and we're just enjoying a Saturday morning. Thank you for waking up with me on a Saturday morning. Thank you to my young people for tuning in as well, even on the Facebook Live, even on listening on the radio. I mean, come on, young people. Do you have a radio at your home? You probably need to go buy one. I think you can get a radio on your cell phones, right? There's some radios that you can do on the cell phone. You need to connect with me. Radio is still here and it's still going. Don't think it's something of the ancient past. I need you to call in the show also and connect with me. The number is 462-1100. So you can call with me and share some of your experiences. Well, we will be back in a few minutes after these messages.
Here at iNet Mobile, we celebrate independence in a big way. Big deals, big savings, big everything. Join the iNet prepaid mobile family and get $100 cash back. Yep, get $100 in credit back when you sign up for a new prepaid service. Top up $20 or more and get 500 megabytes, plus 39% more data when you activate any 7 or 30-day plan. My iNet, my Antigua, come celebrate with us. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our social media or website for more details.
Gotta go shopping? You have two options. Option one, you can stop what you're doing. Drive to the store, get stuck in traffic, struggle to find parking, spend time shopping, not find what you're looking for. Wait in line forever, lug heavy bags to your car, and get back home a couple of hours later. And now you're tired. Option two, download Allmart. Easily browse stores. Order online. Select pickup or delivery. And done. Whew. Which are you choosing?
Class, in today's lesson, we will learn about transformation. See this caterpillar? It will transform into a beautiful butterfly.
But teacher, just like that?
Just like that, APUA's bill payment has transformed. Manage your account by paying your APUA electricity and water bills directly online. Manage your monthly consumption, check your payment history. You can even pay bills for friends and family. Visit us online at www.apua.ag and sign up today, just like that. APUA, necessary for life.
I know you're really looking forward to spending the first 3 months with our baby.
Oh yes, that will be bonding time for us. And it's even better to know I'll be receiving my maternity benefit payments during that time.
So they're really gonna pay us for all 13 weeks?
That's right, all 13 weeks.
Could life really get any better?
Social Security pays a maternity benefit to an insured woman who has worked and contributed to the scheme for at least 26 weeks before her expected date.
A married, pregnant woman may also be entitled to receive a maternity grant, that is, a one-time lump sum payment, if she is not eligible to receive a benefit, but her husband is a contributor in good standing. A maternity claim must be made within 12 months of giving